This is my audience.
Hi.
Hope no one is allergic because I would like to talk to you about bees. Entire colonies die out suddenly and the beehives are left empty within months. Just in the US alone between 2014 and 16, beekeepers reported 44% of their colony loss. The adult worker bees disappear suddenly, leaving empty hives with just the queen and the immature bees. Scientists gave this disaster a name, a colony collapse disorder. As we keep losing about 90% of bees to the CCD each year, beekeepers are faced with the challenge on how to save them. About 35 types of crops consumed by humans are pollinated by bees. Bees play a very important role in plant reproduction, as well as 80% of produce grown for consumption of humans heavily rely on pollinators. Losing bees would mean losing the variety of plants we consume for food. Who would we then hire to pollinate our trees? And what would be the cost we would endure? China already lost its vast population of bumblebees and was forced to hand pollinate the fruit trees, where the cost of labor per acre varied between 57 to 7,100. You can only imagine the cost of apple in the future. The socioeconomic effect would be shocking, as well as farmers would be faced with the tough choice of whether to just plant the crops that are wind pollinated or pay somebody a lot of money to hand pollinate them. Meanwhile, the world continues to lose thousands of bee colonies a year, and here are the few factors that negatively impact the life of these amazing animals. Pesticide use, weather changes, and parasites. Farmers use excessive amounts of pesticides in order to eliminate parasites that breed in within bee colonies only. Microscopic parasites called varroa mites lay eggs in the larva of the bee and attack the bee's breathing tubes. The bee doesn't die right away, and while it's still alive and grown, it makes its way out of its cell into the hive, releasing the mites. While the mites, the mother mite and its offspring continue to feed upon the bee's bodily fluids, therefore suffocating and killing the bee. As the mites continue to reproduce within the beehive, with the speed they reproduce, which is every 10 days, the entire hive could die within months. Another danger that strikes the bees are pesticides called nicotinoids that target the bees' nervous system. And is widely used in our country. US farmers use 95% on their crops, fruits, and vegetables. The impact of nicotinoids could lead to paralysis, death, and navigation loss in bees, as well as it weakens the bee's immune system, making the bees more vulnerable to other diseases, infestations, and infections, therefore lessening their chances for survival. Weather changes happening to our planets also play a role in rapid bee population decline. Plants blooming either too early or too late, leaving bees without food, plants without reproduction, and therefore sorry. Weather changes happening to our planet also factor to bee population decline. Plants are blooming either too early or too late, leaving the bees without food, plants without reproduction, and which results in loss of habitat and will it will eventually lead to the loss of other species. The health and well-being of our planet wildly depend on us preserving the healthy environment. We can help the bees in their fight for survival by reducing the use of harmful chemicals and pesticides, planting a bee-friendly gardens full of nectar trees, and buying the locally grown produce, buying the beeswax products, and simply being kind and cautious of the environment we share with other species. Black holes and what they are. According to NASA, there are 400 billion stars and roughly 4 million black holes in our vast galaxy skies. What are the black holes, how many types they are, and how do they form? Black holes are objects in space that have zero volume and infinite mass, which creates such a strong gravitational pull that even the light can't get out. Black holes are in fact black, and they cannot be seen as they consume and preserve light. The only way to see them, for scientists to see them, are through the giant telescopes and satellites. They can catch the flickering light around the star during the process of its consumption by the black hole, or see the distortion of gas around the star when in close proximity with the black hole due to the mass gravitational force. The smallest black holes could be the size of an atom and have a mass of a giant mountain. Another black hole called stellar, it has a mass 20 times the sun's. According to NASA, there are a lot of stellar black holes in our Milky Way. The largest black hole, called supermassive, and weighed more than a million suns. There is a giant supermassive black hole right in the middle of our galaxy. In fact, it's named Sagittarius. Sagittarius weighs 4 million suns. How do the black holes appear? Stellar black holes form when the massive stars explode in the process of supernova. It's called supernova because the star releases the parts of itself into space. In case of black holes, however, the star doesn't explode outward, it explodes inward, therefore collapsing component itself and creating a very dense center. All black holes present, do black holes present a threat to our solar system? The answer is no, because for the black hole to consume Earth, it has to have a mass at least twice of the sun's. But because the black holes surrounding our solar system are smaller or similar to the sun's mass, they can only cause the distortion and change the gravitational pull of the planets by making the planets circulate around the black hole instead of a sun. How big could the black holes grow? Though the black holes could grow vastly big, they do not exist forever, as at some point they start to evaporate and release energy back into the galaxy. The energy release called Hawking radiation. It's the black body energy that's named after Stephen Hawking. Black holes are still the most mysterious objects in the universe. As scientists continue to research these dimensions of space, would you consider learning more about them? Well, that's all. Please see your hand. Good job,
Да, меня тоже сними.
Here.
Девочки смотрят, наверное, же.
Fine. Well, hold on. How do I do that? Oh, there you go. Is that how you do it?
Нет, надо
I
смотреть.
Well, I don't know how to do this. Hold
Всё.
on. I don't see it.
Молодец.
I don't think I did it. Hold on. Where's everybody?
Молодец.
I don't think I
Все,
did
выключать?
it. Yes.
Стоп.